Okay, so welcome back, and I'm sure you have completed the task of listing down all those big major problems, that you were facing in your life, and if there were medium or small problems, so that you could be big superheroes, medium or small superheroes. Yeah, now what I'd like you to do is quickly take out the world of work map. Now, this is something that would be in your kits, or if you're doing the online version, you would have a soft copy as a PDF. So if you could take that out. Now, quick question. What does a map help you with? Absolutely. A map helps you navigate. It helps you navigate from point A to point B so that you can reach your destination in the smoothest way. Now, what we're going to do with the World of Work map is we're going to try to identify all the root causes to all these big problems that we have in our life. And once we identify what are the main causes, you'll realize that we can change our life, we can change our relationships with people at work, with our spouse, with our children. And if, let's say, you're doing this course, and the purpose of this course is, let's say, for self-improvement, then you can still use this World of Work map and change the names of the islands around, to suit your environments that affect you. All right, so let's get started and go on this adventure of moving around the map. So what's the first island that we're going to see? It's called Meeting Land. Now, in Meeting Land, we've got two corners to the land. You've got the Valley of Excellence. Tan, tan, tan. And at the Valley of Excellence, of course, good things happen. People go into meetings and it's super productive. And, people are enjoying being in those meetings because you go with a specific agenda. You exactly know what's the outcome that you want to get out of it. And then on the other hand, you've got the Cliff of Despair. And what do you think happens at this corner of the island? Everything that goes wrong in meetings. You don't know why you're invited to a meeting, or you sit there wondering, okay, where are we really going with this? Why are we wasting our time attending this meeting? And let me give you a little clue. So let's say, have you heard of this, where people say, we're just wasting so much time attending meetings? What do you think that is? Is that a symptom, or is that a root cause? I'll give you 3 seconds to quickly answer. Tick tock, tick tock. All right, you are absolutely bang on. It is a symptom. But what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to go back and, in your in the World of Work map, just write down why do meetings really go wrong. Can you just give that a little thought? And once you've penned that down, we'll continue to the next island. All right, I'll give you a few minutes, and you can pause the video, finish your responses, and when you're ready, you can continue playing the video. All right, so we will continue and move on to the next island. Now, this is the Land of Solitude, which is where you work alone. And again, there are two corners to this island. You've got the corner, or the Productivity Cave. Tan, tan, tan. So what do you think happens in the Productivity Cave? Bang on. In the Productivity Cave, when you're working alone, you're in the zone. You're in the flow, you're just creative, and you're able to do all of these wonderful pieces of work, and you're churning things out one after the other. And, you really see yourself super efficient, super effective. And the opposite side of this island, it is the bottomless pit. You just keep going down and down and down and down. So what do you think happens here? Yeah, this is where, you don't enjoy working alone. You can't work alone. You just feel stuck. I mean, you've got all the time, but you just don't know what to do because, you just don't feel effective. You don't feel efficient. You can't be your best. You're not productive, whether at work or even at home doing tasks. Let's say even planning a vacation. If you have to do it all by yourself for your family, you really don't feel excited about doing it. And the question I have for you is, tell me whether this is a symptom or is this a root cause? And that is, when people are working alone, they tend to say that, I'm always getting distracted or I'm getting interrupted. Now, what do you think that is? Is that a symptom or a root cause? Tick, 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 tick. All right, it is a symptom again. So, can you go back and now think about that? What is preventing people from really being their awesome self when they're working alone? What comes in the way? Why are they not able to work alone well? Can you just think of some of the reasons? Okay, and again, you can take as much time as you want, and when you're ready, you can continue the video. And we will continue to the next island, and the next island is Teamland. Now, we are social animals, we're constantly working with people. So, whether you're working in a team at work or your team at home, which is your family, your kids, your spouse, or even at work, if you're an individual contributor, remember at the end of the day, we work with people. So, what's happening in this island? This island has the mountain of cooperation at one end. Tan, tan, tan. So, what's happening in the mountain of cooperation? Here, everything is really going well. It's dreamland because people are communicating with each other. They're talking to each other. They're expressing what they want. People understand each other in the first instance, and people sharing information without feeling threatened. Everything is really well. They collaborate so well and they work well together. And then on the other side of this mountain, sometimes you realize that you just have a blast. And that's the mountain of fire. Now, this is where people are not talking to each other or they're not communicating enough. And, there's this, they don't work well together and they're always constantly, looking at ways of how they don't share information and they're not cooperating. And of course, things are not good. And people have their own agenda. Now, if people have their own agenda, tell me again, is that a symptom or a root cause? You are right. It is a symptom again. So I'd like you to take a few minutes and quickly think about why. Why do things go wrong when you're working with teams, when you're working with children, or with your spouse? Why is it that things go wrong in teams? Give it some thought. Try to identify all the root causes, and we will come. You can continue on to the next island. Until then, you can pause. All right, so let's move on to the next island, which is the continent of communication across the nation. All right, so what's happening in this? Again, you've got two ends to it. You've got the first end, which is the forest of understanding. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, and what's happening in the forest of understanding? Oh, this is again such a great place to be because you just say something, people understand. You don't have to repeat yourself, people just get it. Everything is going really smooth. And, again, on the other hand, you have communication breakdown, which is in the swamp of darkness. And there, people don't understand each other. Communication is not really flowing well. People are not, even choosing to open their mouth and share. So, if people are really keeping quiet, and they're not speaking up, is that a symptom or a root cause? Bang on, it is a symptom. And let me give you some time to quickly go back and think about what are some of the root cause problems when it comes to lack of communication. Why do you think people don't communicate with each other? Give it a thought, write down the root causes that you face, and then we will come back and continue to the next island. Until then, you can pause and I'll see you on the other side. All right. So for the ones who are with me, we are on to the next island, and that is the land of Philotopia. All right, so what is this? This is the Feel Good Jungle. Dun, dun, dun. So what's the Feel Good Jungle? Here people really feel good. You feel good about coming to work. You enjoy coming to work. You look forward to coming to work. And on the other hand of the Feel Good Jungle, what do you think is that? Of course, that is the Desert of Despair. Now here, of course, you just don't feel like coming to work, and you really feel like, there's a lot of gossiping and backbiting, and people are not supporting each other, and this is a very toxic environment to be in, and you really don't look forward to coming to work, So let me ask you, what do you think gossiping, again, is? Is it a symptom or a root cause? Bang on, it is a symptom. So what I'd like you to do is just go back and think about what is preventing you from achieving this feeling of, really wanting to feel good when you go to work, so that it can bring out the best in you. I'd like you to just go back, give it a thought, and then we'll continue. All right, and the last island that, or not the last island, but you've got the waters in between, and these are uncharted waters. Now, these are areas of your life maybe that we've not covered in any of these islands, and use that space to just go back and think about if there are other problems in your life, or at work, or in any aspect of your life. What could the root cause problems really be? And why do we really want to do this? Is because, once you understand what the root causes are, the real root causes, where is it stemming out of, to all your problems, and we know how to fix it, then we've got a perfect solution. Now, let me ask you a quick question. Yeah. Just look at all the root causes that you've got, and what percentage of that are people related? Yeah, what percentage of that are people related? And I'd like to, of course, you can't really tell me that number, but I can tell you that in all the programs that I've done in the past, I always get a response of about 100%. 100% of all the root causes are linked to people. And, very rarely I've got a few who've probably given me a number like about nothing below 80 ever. So again, most people or most problems in our lives, if it is stemming out of, people related issues, then I've got some good news for you. Because the program that you are on with DC really helps solve these problems. And once you solve all these problems, it is completely going to change your life. Because once you've got the answers, to all these root causes, your business will be better, your life will be better, your relationship with your spouse will be better, the relationship with your children will be better, and life is just going to be such a happy place, and you are going to be happy people. And once you feel happy from within, remember, it's going to start rubbing off each other, and once you create that ripple of positivity, everybody's really going to enjoy working together, and the world is going to be such a happy and productive place where everybody can live up to their full potential. All right, so with that, we're gonna end this session for now, and I am going to see you on the next module. Until then, take care, be safe and successful. Bye bye.